What's going on, guys? Welcome in, welcome back. These messages riding on the frequency of love for the highest good. Thank you for clicking on this video today. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Right away I'm getting this energy of someone here, who this message is for, who's picking up on the perception of the karmic. Like, you can almost put yourself in the shoes of the opposite perspective, which is what makes you this empathic, like, genius, is kind of what I'm hearing. And then at the same time, you see their shortcomings as well. Like, you could see like what you would do if you were in their circumstances, and then at the same time you also see that their circumstances are like, what I'm trying to articulate is that you have like this radial perspective, kind of like the owl. It's giving me just in nocturnal in a way too, because you could just see through the darkness as well. Yeah, that's what it is. Like, your light can see through other people's kind of, I say darkness, and really all it is like their own deep shame, their own deep fear, their own deep guilt and upset. And you know, you're also picking up on the fact that like they treat you the way that they treat themselves, which was that they treated you and discarded you or shamed you or guilted you or hurt you, harmed you somehow. And they did this because they treated you like you don't matter, because they treat themselves like they don't matter. They can only treat you the way that they can treat themselves, and they treat themselves like they don't matter. Therefore they treated you like you didn't matter. And that was a mix-up, you know. And I'm seeing that once you kind of got like keen to all that, and you kind of became aware and like opened up your eyes and sort of moved away from all of that, you can actually see even more radial perspective around it. I'm hearing like come to your senses, like you came to your senses somehow, and all that means is like that your senses woke up. Like you for whoever this message is for, like lately you've been walking around the world with this like just heightened sense of whatever your emotions are. Even if you're, so here's what I mean. Not emotions, instincts, sight, smell, touch. Like, you might have been a little bit more sensitive to, yeah, like things like touch and smell, and you're hearing things differently, you're looking at things differently. It's possible that you're like in an entirely new geographical location. Yeah, logistical. Well, there would be different logistics inside that geographical location, whatever. Semantics, as we say, you know. Life is in the semantics. But okay, so happiness comes forward here too. Okay, so this is giving me this energy of like you having this new perspective is allowing you to create your own happiness, or it's like creating more space for you to be more in harmony and like grateful for like what is around you currently, and like seeing everything from that perspective, including those or that which was once contracted, or whatever energy it was that you're moving away from or moving through at this time. Like, I'm hearing that it's possible that you could still be inside of this energy to some degree, even though it feels more distant because you're relating to it different. But it's generally like, I think this message is for someone who it's like you're still inside of it in a physical way. And hold on, I just got a different channel there. Where was I? I'm just gonna keep going. The mask. So there's some energy of like the shadow here that's been like really dealt with for someone here. Bless. God bless you. God just blessed you. Yeah, some release. But I'm also getting the energy of like cycles closing and seasons changing, and like you're kicking up dust, right? You know, maybe you're leaving people in the dust. This beautiful mask that you have, I'm hearing that protected you, that others could only see. Like, I'm kind of getting that energy now here too. So if someone treated like you didn't matter, and there's an energy of a mask here, and then an energy of like a deeper happiness that's coming through up and out of you now that you're relating to the world differently, I think what I'm hearing is that you're relating to your gifts differently, you're relating to your mask differently, and go with me on this, because I feel like what it is it's like you're expressing your masks differently, or you're like, you've harnessed all of them, you're okay with all of them, you've forgiven yourself for all of them, and like looked each of them in the face. You were like, huh, like, I'm not afraid of you. And then it just kind of like integrated like into like this just happy, beautiful, kind of vibrant, loving energy that seems to just pour out of you. And relating to that mask differently has a, it's like I'm seeing like an extinguisher, like you've extinguished that kick up of the dust, and like the seasons changing and the cycles closing out, like whatever this is, whatever your mission is here, like literally just in how you are and who you are, and who you're being, and your ability to see everything from so many different sides. Confirmation, there you go. Like the mask is like your ability to see things from all different angles. That's what it is. Like you could jump into like your karmic's mask, you could see yourself from, it's like you have this ability to almost like be out of your body and like frozen in time and look at everything and like dissect it, almost like, you know, kind of like an alchemist, literally. I'm gonna pull an alchemy card. And that's why I think you were so, it was so difficult for you for like your whole life. I'm hearing, okay, so this is why, because this mask that you had to integrate or whatever, it always existed, but you were made to believe, or given circumstances like throughout your life where it's almost like it's like you didn't acknowledge your mask because you weren't even aware that you just didn't even, like, you weren't aware or something of it. And like when it kind of broke away and you were like, whoa, like this is not actually who I am, but I could see how that would be. Then you were able to like be like, well, I forgive myself actually. You like went through it and released it. And then like it became a part of you, but not something that you relate to, is what I'm hearing. And it just made you happier ultimately, because you're like, oh my god, like that was never even me. Maybe that was a way that you were like displaying yourself or behaving or performing to some degree, right? The mask. And I'm just hearing that like to some degree you felt like you had to. I mean, a big degree you felt like you had to is what I'm hearing. You had to. Just came through. And it's like a good thing that you did. And it's also amazing how powerful and anointed you are, because a lot of people, like the people that, you know, you could sit here and say this to anyone on the other side of the screen and they wouldn't understand anything about what's going on here. Like, so if you're connecting with this message, please do not take it for granted. You have something within you that is like, you're able to really facilitate yourself and others. Like you have these healing properties of the sun, is literally what I'm hearing. You're not afraid of like this challenge. It's almost like this challenge. It's a challenge to you to like to go against the grain and just be different and like and bring more happiness in, like as a result of just like integrating your shadow aspects of self. Like that's what it is. Possible ego death here for someone, definitely, maybe multiple times I'm hearing. I mean, you would have to be in order to be able to release like a perception of self with such like, you know, just shameless, you know, zero like fucks energy in the way that you have, in the way that you do, in the way that you continue to. And I feel like people are just cheering you on. They like love it. They want to see it. They're inspired by it, and they want to see it inside themselves, and they're like challenged to overcome things inside of themselves. It's like, and they're having more fun with it as well. It's making them happy. It's making them excited, you know, that they can be like this cosmic, you know, alien artist that they want to be in their own life, and whatever that means to them. And you're here like ushering that in for them and showing them like it can be this, it can be this, or it can be this, or it can be this. Like, it can be like this, that, this, that, and that, and this, and that, and that. And it's like all just cosmic. Like, it's all, you're a star. I know that's like so cliche, you're a star. But what I mean by that is, like, you have the elements exploding out of you. You're a star. You're a star. And like, stars are going through these, like, almost like, I see divine abundance here, okay? So these stars, like, that we see in the sky, in the night sky, are like just burnt out, and they are reaching our eyes. This light, this explosion of, like, just, I'm just gonna relate it to like ego death. And you just, what you did is, like, you just smeared it all over, and you were like, this is not mine anymore. And that humility around, like, needing to be small, your egos need to be small, you realized that that was a major delusion, and that actually it was more delusional to be small and not acknowledge yourself as what you are, which is a fucking star, 1111 on the timer, so that you can finally accept your divine abundance and realize you don't need anyone, and you never did. You were born to align with love's will. Love's will. Not anyone else's will. Love's will. Love's will. Love's will. And who has that control and that intention to love? You. And who has that willpower? You. And who has that ability to drop that ego? Say it with me, baby. You. Allow me, divine, to accept the right assistance. You welcome their help in every way and delight in receiving it. I just heard angels. Angel came down from heaven yesterday. She stayed with me just long enough to rescue me. And she told me a story yesterday about the sweet love between the moon and the deep blue sea. There you go. A little Jimi Hendrix for you. The energy coming off this delusion card is giving me, like, you might be someone who's been told you were delusional for saying things, for doing things, for feeling things, for expressing things. And the energy that's coming through here is that, like, it was really unfair because it felt like a gang up. You know what I mean? It felt like you versus the world. And you're realizing that maybe it's possible that your neurodivergent qualities actually set you apart. And maybe it's possible that, yeah, a group of people wouldn't want to see you, like, be better than them, low-key. And it's not that you're better than them because you know that you're not better than them, but they perceive you as coming up against some kind of, like, insecurity, 1313 on the timer. And, like, they can't grapple with that part of themselves that has stopped growing, dreaming, thinking, feeling, like, truly feeling. That's what it is. They gotta feel again, and you're teaching them how by standing on business and accepting challenges and overcoming every single one that you're given, you know? And, like, also revealing yourself entirely to the world and just being like, hey, here I am. Like it or not, deal with it. Deal with it, and deal with all these parts of me. Because you know what's funny is that, like, you have had to deal with all those parts of you, and it was getting heavy, wasn't it? And so you gave it back, basically. You were like, wait, this isn't mine, take it back. And then they were like, ah, we don't want it. We were happier when you were holding it. Ah. Dugong. Beautiful. 1414 on the timer. Ice beam. Okay. Maybe you iced some people out here. You just, like, whoosh, got that cold shoulder. Stores thermal energy in its body. Swims at steady and knots even in intensity and cold waters. That's a strange sentence for me, but what I'm getting is that, yeah, your thermal energy allows you to basically have like homeostasis inside of any environment. It's possible that you had to sustain yourself for an environment for a long time where you like didn't belong. You know what I mean? Like you were, like you were a dolphin, literally. The golden retriever of the ocean, but you were in like a 15 on the timer, like a freshwater tank, and you were like, okay, this is cool for like a little bit. Yeah, this is great. Here I am with these like little fishy goldfish. I think I can do this for a little while. You know what I mean? I'm friendly. I'm a dolphin. You know what I mean? You're like, I can't do a dolphin noise. We're not even gonna try it. And then the goldfish were like, oh my god, we're literally like just in cosplay as goldfish. We're actually this piranha. So weird. Surprise, here we are. Hi. And you were like, oh my god, well, it's good to know because I have to be getting back to the ocean where I belong, where I can swim free. And since they were goldfish, they were like, we gotcha now. But you're like, you didn't know there's a whole fucking ocean out here? You guys are stuck in that tank. What are you gonna do? Yeah, you're stuck in that tank. It's getting all mildewy and shit. You gotta have someone clean it for you, too, is the thing. Whereas in the ocean, like, nature is very cyclical like that, you know? It's very in harmony and balance in that way. And we can get into the whole pollution of the oceans conversation, but that's for another time. Because for you, the dolphin, you know all about that. Okay, I'm gonna leave you there. That was a very interesting tangent at the end. I appreciate you rocking with me. Energy here is to invite help around a certain circumstance, possibly like, yeah, the divine, literally. I was just gonna say, and then I looked at like, invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, you are finally ready. Pursue me. Say, I am finally ready, God. Pursue me. I am ready. Pursue me. I am ready. Pursue me. Okay? And I did get these cards yesterday. I'm still studying them, but I just want to... Confidence. 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 Confidence, baby. These are magical spell cards, okay? For magicians, baby. But I want to make sure I'm, like, studied up before I, like, really bring them in. 32 could be significant. Oh my god, I love them. The energy on them is so good. They're so good. They're so good. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light, burn higher. Stunning and beautiful, stunning and beautiful, stunning and beautiful. You know, I wanted to say too at the end of this reading, because I got these cards today and they're the magical spell cards, and I just wanted to, like, I guess I'm announcing something right now. Whatever. A little bit of a teaser. Not really. But I am writing a graphic novel, and I have been for like the entirety of the summer, so I'm at a place now where I feel like I'm excited to like talk about it, because it's an ongoing thing that I'm pouring into, and I'm excited to get it published and do the thing. I don't even know how to do that, but I'm writing the manuscript, so it's fun. It's fantasy fiction. It'll be really cool. And one of the characters in it reads cards and is an energy reader, fortune teller, and he says these rhymes, okay? Literally, he has riddles. Like, I've been writing riddles into the manuscript, and he, like... So, anyway. And if you guys are familiar with Paddy Quake, my stage persona, too, I rap and stuff, so it's kind of like this modern-day, like, modern Renaissance character of, like, you know, what would have been a royal court jester in some, like, you know, some, like, dark... royal court. Anyway, the energy that's coming off of these cards, as I open them, I was feeling like, whoa, this is like magical and like because Patty the Magician, all this. And then I look down and read it, and every single card has these little riddles on them, these little rhymes on them, you guys. You can't even make it up. You can't even make it up. It's crazy. And I'm like, wait, what? I've been what? And I'm not saying that like that they stole my idea. I'm just saying like that's so fucking cool, and what a coincidence. And like spirit just moves like that, guys. So trust your inner wisdom and invite help. Okay, that's what it is. Invite help in like a miraculous way that you can't even possibly understand. And that's another reason why you have to follow your own inner guidance, because you know what that's the voice of, right? And that's what's going to give you more confidence, is when you see these pieces, like these dots connecting, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, these dots are connecting. Dots are connecting. Confidence, confidence, confidence. I'm going to leave you with this again. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light, burn higher. Take care, guys.